Hello, my friends. Jeff Davis here. I just wanted to share with you some of the benefits of traveling the world. Something that goes through my mind as I'm traveling all around the world is the benefits of traveling the world and some of the awesome things that occur when you are on an adventure and when you see new people and places. So the first benefit of traveling the world that comes to mind would be freedom. Freedom. I think that we live in a society that often doesn't give you your freedom, and it's not always on purpose. Society can be deeply unconscious at times, but I think when you travel, you become free because you are on your own schedule. You're doing your own thing, whether you're traveling alone or with people. You can really make your own adventure. You can have your own fun. You can, go to bars, clubs, restaurants. You can you can really see what's out there. And I find that the value of freedom that emerges from travel is a lot of fun. Really just doing your own thing and seeing what's out there. Okay, so another benefit of traveling that comes to mind as I was, thinking about this walking around is when you travel, you get to know yourself better. So it's a little bit of reflection. And this can mean reflection literally in a journal. If you have a journal, but it can also mean reflecting like in your mind and about life. It can be reflecting like what are your values. It can be, determining what's your next move in life. I find that when you travel, you can often get some incredibly valuable insights about yourself that will benefit you in your life and will end up benefiting others. I've heard of a lot of stories of people who travel and they end up finding their purpose, or they figure out a business idea they want to work on. I think that's a very valuable thing that can come from traveling to really, to really get to know yourself, And again, it's hard to do that in day-to-day life, and that's why traveling is so powerful because, yes, it does take some energy, and of course it takes time and money, but it also gives you that space and that ability to step away from the crazy outside world and, to really get to know yourself a little bit better. Okay, so I'm not going to go on for too long here, but another couple quick benefits to traveling is you get to see beautiful places. Now that's pretty obvious, but I wanted to mention it because you can see canals and beautiful architecture and buildings and both famous destinations, but also sort of hidden gems, side streets and cafes where you're just people watching. So seeing beautiful places is, I think, a huge benefit of traveling. It's just like, wow, like, am I dreaming? Pinch me. I'm in this beautiful location. I think that's a wonderful benefit of traveling the world. As I wrap this up, a couple more quick benefits that come to mind of traveling. One is the concept. One more that I'd like to add to what I've been talking about is the concept of a mini retirement. A mini retirement. Now, the author Tim Ferriss talks about this in length in his book, The 4-Hour Workweek. Now, the concept of the mini retirement means that you are that you're actually working for a set period of time. Let's say like 18 months or 2 years, and then you take a break. So you work 18 months, then you take a break. You work 18 months, then you take a break. And the break can be a month, it can be 2 months, it can be a couple weeks, but that concept of mini retirement allows you to enjoy life along the way. Now, I'm all for hard work. If you see some of my posts, I'll talk about the value of working hard. So hard work is important. I'm also all for being fiscally responsible. So by all means, spend money within your means and save money. All that is important. So I'm definitely encouraging you to be smart, but the concept of the mini retirement allows you to enjoy life along the way while you're healthy and while you're able to enjoy life. Really quick story is I was listening to this guy, and this guy was talking about his grandfather, and his grandfather actually had this dream ever since he was a little kid to travel the world. And this guy goes on telling the story, and he says that his grandfather saved money all his life to travel, and saved up for retirement, and he had this big savings account, and was ready to travel the world. And right when he was ready to go travel the world, when he was in retirement, he actually got hurt. He physically got hurt. I don't know the exact accident, but the guy said his grandfather got in an accident right after he actually retired, and when he was ready to travel. So he actually ended up, he had the money, he had the time, he was in, I think he was early 70s, but because of this unfortunate accident that he had, he was no longer able to travel the world. And it's very sad. You know, his grandfather told his grandson on his deathbed, you know, I waited my whole life to travel, and when I was finally, you know, able to do it because I was no longer working and I had the money, I wasn't physically able. So that's why I want to encourage you to travel the world while you can. To travel the world while you can. I think it's important. I think there's a balance here because, again, it's very good to be smart with your money, and you don't want to go over the top. You don't want to be spending beyond your means. You don't want to go into debt. But if you can go about it in a smart way and watch your daily expenditures and put some money into a savings account and really be careful with your money, you can embrace that concept of the mini retirement. If you, again, like I said a few minutes ago, if you want to dive into that concept a little deeper, check out the 4-Hour Work Week. The subtitle, I believe, is Escape 9 to 5, Live Anywhere, and Join the New Rich by Tim Ferriss. I haven't read the whole book, but I have read part of it, and that's part of the book that I love, the concept of mini retirements. Tim Ferriss, he gets the credit for the idea, so check that book out if you get a chance and if you have the desire to do so. You know, one last benefit that comes to mind in terms of traveling the world is being spontaneous. You can be spontaneous, and of course you can be spontaneous in your day-to-day life. That's good, but I think especially with traveling, I think being able to just spontaneously do whatever you want. Right now I'm in Utrecht, Netherlands. I just spontaneously decided to come here today, and I find that when you're traveling, you do get to be you know, very spontaneous. I didn't really plan on doing a Facebook Live, but I kind of thought, you know, why not? I have a few minutes. Let me share some thoughts. Hopefully, it's good that I can laugh about it, but you know, hopefully, you know, sharing the replay, some people will watch it. I noticed that not too many people were on the live, but I get it. People are busy. You've got different things going on, so you know, maybe I can also post this to YouTube after. But thank you for tuning in and you know, checking out my thoughts. You know, like I said, I just kind of did this spontaneously. I thought of a few ideas that I thought were worth sharing with you. The benefits of traveling the world. You know, definitely a lot of fun. Travel, explore the world, and then you get to meet lots of new people if you're outgoing. And even if you're not outgoing, sometimes just doing you and being yourself allows you to really have some fun and really, you know, really find yourself and you know, figure out what your next move is. So, you know, hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you, my friend, at the mountaintop.